Good evening and welcome to Health Watch. I'm your host Karen Cheriot. Statistics show that 1 in every 10 Kenyans suffer from a mental disorder, and out of these, 50% do not get any help. Today in studio, I'm joined by Wendy Chepto, founder of Angaza Counseling Center. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Karen.
Based on that statistics, what are the common mental disorders or diseases that you've seen?
Okay, I think the main or the common mental health disorders that we currently experience are depression. And depressions, there is different levels of depression. There is the extreme level where one has to use antidepressants, and we can also get the mild depression where counseling, or we can say psychotherapy, can be of help. There is stress, there is anxiety, there is trauma, and trauma comes from experiencing sudden and sad events in our lives. Something like bereavement, we can lose someone, we are never prepared to lose someone. We can lose our jobs, which is a loss also, and it comes with its fair share of stress. And there is also unmet goals in life generally. If I don't meet what I wanted, maybe I wanted by December, I've saved some amount to go on a holiday or to take my family somewhere, but I can't do it, and it will come with some levels of stress, which if untreated or if not given the attention it needs, at times it can lead to depression, or it can even lead to engaging in different activities that at the end of the day it will take toll on our mental health. Yeah.
I want us to narrow down to stress and depression.
Okay.
At what point would you say that I need help? I cannot handle this anymore.
Okay, so something like depression, it gets to a point where you lose interest in doing the things that most of the time you love doing. Maybe you are one person who loves socializing, meeting with friends, but suddenly you don't have the energy to do it. Your eating habits also change. You're no longer interested in maybe preparing your favorite meal or even eating your favorite meal. You might end up losing weight. You might end up losing sleep. Or we can say insomnia, you don't sleep, or again you can sleep a lot. Yeah, maybe you're one person who by 6 a.m. you're up, but suddenly it's like you find solace in being in your bed. You feel helpless, you feel so lonely, and and generally not having interest in doing anything. Yeah, like you always don't have any energy for anything. Yeah, so that is a point which you can say, I think I have a problem, because for something like stress or these are depression, you can't speak out and say, I think I have a problem. But if you observe a pattern, you can say, I have a problem, and it's okay to seek for help. It's okay to talk to someone that you trust, because when it comes to sharing, these are somehow personal things. I could be dealing with a job loss. I can't tell my friends I've lost my job that easily, or I can't. For friends also, I have friends, like they are good friends, and those people who are just friends, people I know. And I can't freely talk to someone and tell them I've lost my job and it's really taking a toll on me. But you need to talk to someone. If not your friend, there's someone you trust that you can share and tell them, I'm having this difficult moment in my life. Because you can end up not wanting to hang out with your friends because you want to put something on the table. When the bill comes, you want to be able to give something like to add on that bill. And if you're someone you've been independent, you've been used to doing your things, and then suddenly it's like you're depending on someone else, it becomes a challenge. But coming out and talk is a good thing. Get someone that you trust and share. Yeah.
As the person, the recipient, a friend of someone or a loved one, someone who has a loved one, and they've been approached by this loved one, they're sharing this problem with them.
Yes.
How can I help this loved one or a friend who's approached me?
Okay, so one thing, there are the do's and don'ts when it comes to helping someone who is at their lowest in life. Don't tell someone that many people are going through this, so get out of that, like snap out of that and be okay. No, that shouldn't be something you're telling someone who is depressed. Give a listening ear. When someone approaches you with a problem or with a challenge that they are going through, it's not always a must that you have something to say. Just listening is a thing, and like for them to see that there is someone who really cares. Because if I come to you with a problem, I don't expect you to give me solutions, but I expect you to give me a listening ear. I expect you to be checking on me maybe from time to time, but again, not the checking on me which you feel it's like, which I'll end up feeling this is too much. Am I becoming a problem? So another thing is definitely when I'm in that situation, I can at times forget to take care of myself. You don't have food in the house. You don't even know what hygiene is anymore. So when you're going out for shopping, tell me, I'm going out for shopping. What do you need? Or we can go out together. Just engage me. Be there for me. And don't make it a point to always talk and tell me now the things like, you're not the first one out of these. Problems come and go. Just listen. Yeah, if you feel you don't have the thing to say at that particular time, just listen. Secondly, don't try to be the expert, because they are experts. There are people who are trained to deal with such situations. You can suggest to your friend, or you can suggest to someone that you can go seek for help when you feel like, I'm not pushing you, but you can do it. There is help at the end of the day. Another thing is, okay, I've mentioned seeking for help. I've also mentioned being there for them, giving the listening ear. And then, yeah, I think those are most of the things here. Seeking help, talking, and just being there and checking on them and assuring them that you can call me when you feel you need someone to talk to. And if someone has trusted you, it would be unfair for them to come hear what they shared with you in confidence from someone else. Yeah, before you tell someone, or before you tell a third person that so and so has said this, seek their consent. Tell them, okay, to this point I don't feel I have the ability, or I'm not capable enough of helping you. Is it okay if I talked to this person, or will you do it? Or what do you think would be the best way to deal with this situation, because I really feel you need some help. Yeah.
You've talked of seeking help. I want us to talk about it. The 50% that I had initially talked about under the statistics. Most of them is because of a stigma. They don't seek help because of the stigma that comes after, that follows someone who seeks, especially a trained help. What are some of the stigmas that you've seen over the course of your counseling career, as well as how can we overcome that from the family unit all the way to the national?
Okay, so one thing from the family unit, you know, okay, I was raised as an African, like a typical African girl. So we are fond of hearing someone say they have gone mad, not knowing that it's a problem that if they seek assistance, they'll be assisted. So that is one thing. We end up saying someone has gone mad, or someone is pulling back from their social circles or what they love doing. We say so. They are now so full of themselves, they no longer want to hang out with people, yet we don't know what someone is going through. Another thing is someone always says, I'm not feeling okay, I'm feeling so low, I'm not happy, and we end up saying they are attention seekers. Yes, yet someone really wanted someone to hold their hand, but now I've been branded an attention seeker, I've been branded mad. Some people have said maybe they did something wrong and it's payback time, and I'll never come out and say. And that's why we hear of suicide cases, and the notes that people leave is, I no longer wanted to be a bother to other people. I just wanted to handle this my way, and I've taken to take this route, not because I'm weak or anything, but because I didn't feel there's anyone who could listen to me anymore. I didn't feel there's someone who could really relate with what I was going through. Yet what would have done is tell them, go to this particular place, or I'm linking you up with someone who will be able to help you in a professional way. And as your friend, I don't necessarily have to know what you're going through, but I just want to see you up on your feet and doing okay in life. Yeah.
So how can we, other than that, is there any other way we can overcome the stigmas?
So another way that you can overcome the stigmas, mostly as a person, if you're feeling you're so low, you can engage in different activities. Think positively about yourself, and self-gratitude. You shouldn't always judge yourself. You shouldn't always beat yourself up because of the things that you haven't achieved in life, or because of the things that you feel they're not going the way you would want. So one thing now is do the activities that you love the most. You can go out, take walks, hang out in malls. Like if you have children, play around your children.
Like self-care.
Yeah, self-care. Always think about yourself. And if you're feeling so low, if you're not feeling energetic to do something, saying no is also an answer, and it's a complete answer. You don't always have to give explanations of why you've said no. If you don't want to engage, let's say it's these holiday times, we need to do shopping for our families, we need to buy clothes for our kids, like new clothes, that is what they expect we need, or we want to have good food, you know, the way like we've set the table like the others. So you can sit down with your family and tell them what you can't do and what you can do. Agree with them. Another thing is, don't overspend now, because there is tomorrow. And if you overspend now, you'll be happy for this moment, and what you are running away from now, it will still catch up with you sooner than you expected. So plan yourself as you engage in all these activities that are fun, as you take care of yourself by saying no. It's okay, do all that. Another thing is also, as you go forward, you should be hanging around people who are genuinely care about you. Hang around people who mean well for you. And I know we can tell from the people that we stay with, you can tell that this person, if I tell them this and this, if I can't do it, they'll believe me, and maybe if they can, they'll hold my hand. So hang around such people, and then don't do activities like which will numb your feelings, because you end up, some people end up taking alcohol because they want to run away from the reality. Yet when you take alcohol, okay, taking alcohol, I'm not saying it's a bad thing and I'm not saying it's a good thing, but at the end of the day, there is excessive drinking, and then you'll be spending what you don't have. So just do activities which the next day you won't regret. Then exercise. If you're feeling so low, you can even do some exercises. And for this, we are just avoiding getting to this point of maybe like we are breaking down mentally. And if we don't break down mentally, definitely the stigma won't come in, because I'll have known how to handle my situation. Because the stigma comes in when I've shared to the wrong people, or I've shared yes to the right person, but this person ends up sharing to other people that I was not comfortable with. And nobody will ever, you know, the way people will now start being cautious around you, because they definitely don't know how to handle you. So if you engage in these activities that will help you release the stress that you have within you, you won't have to go talk to someone else about how you're feeling, and nobody will have to know what you're going through.
The reason why we are talking about mental health today on the eve of Christmas is because during the festive season, somehow mental health disorders escalate because of all the competition that may be happening around people. That's what I assume, but I would like you to tell us, what are some of the things that causes mental health to escalate more so during the festive season, and at the same time, how can we navigate through that?
Okay, so one thing which personally I believe it's what brings in the escalation when it comes to mental health deterioration during this time. One thing is it's the end of the year, and it's a time where we are all talking about, so the resolutions that you set in January, have you achieved them? And it's the time where most of us go home to be with our extended families. So you get home, you can say you've not done anything, like there's nothing tangible that you've done within the year. Then you get home, you meet your cousins, your brothers, your sisters, and they've really done a lot. This is the time that the kids get to meet their cousins or even their other siblings, and like it's been long, and kids share, maybe I'm going to this school now, it's a good school, a bus drops me home every day. Then your kid comes, it becomes like a competition, and then you'll feel like I'm a failure, so I'm not taking my kids to the best school. Like they're just going to a neighborhood school. Then I've not constructed a house, or I've not bought a car. Like you start thinking of the things that you've not done because someone else has done. Yet we are normally told that our scripts in this life are different. Someone got a job at 20, another one will get a job at 50. So the moment you agree to go at your own pace, the moment you agree that what is happening to them is because the way their script was, and for me this is how my things will happen, this is my script. I think it will be better, the self-acceptance, the moment you accept the things the way they are, that this is me, this is Wendy, and this is the way my things will happen, or the way my things are going is the way they should be going, or the way they are set to go. I think it gets better. But the moment you're trying now to push yourself based on someone else's movements, you know, you'll definitely derail yourself, and you'll hurt yourself in the process. Yeah, so self-acceptance is one important thing. And then appreciate yourself for the things that you have this far. Unless you're not working hard, or unless you're doing things that you definitely know they are wrong, that is when you can beat yourself. But if you're doing the right thing, if you know that I woke up, went to work, I became a loyal employee, or like as a self-employed person, I was doing well, I was working hard, I didn't do any bad deals that has led me to all these, I believe you'll be at a better place. You might not be at the place where you want to be, but you'll be at a better place at the end of the day. Yeah. So mostly self-acceptance, self-appreciation, and believing or trusting the process a step at a time. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Now, going beyond the festive season into the new year, how can we start the year at with a positive mindset, having a positive, or rather a healthy mental health status?
Okay. So I think I can say for me now, what having the experience of dealing with people with different issues in life, I've come to realize that one thing is to think of me first. Like in every decision, in every decision that I'm making, it should be about me first, because we end up, or as adults generally, we end up thinking of our dependents most of the time, and we forget about ourselves. And we forget that if I'm not okay, definitely they won't be okay. So if I'm not okay, they are not okay, nobody will be okay at the end of the day. But now putting myself first and taking care of myself means they'll also be taken care of. Then setting realistic goals. You shouldn't say I need to do what Karen has done, but as Wendy, what do I want to get at the end? Like at the end of the year, what do I want to have achieved? And it's because I want to achieve them, it's not because Karen has achieved them. So setting realistic goals, and then taking time off to take care of yourself, to relax, don't be on the move always. Then thirdly, talking about the challenging times in life, seeking help when you feel that you are at your lowest is okay. Like nobody will beat you because of that. And if you don't trust talking to your friend, there are professionals nowadays. There are even some toll-free numbers where you can call and ask for help if you're feeling so low. Then try your best to get out the negative thoughts that you have in your mind, because if there's any negativity that you are harboring within you, like it will derail you in a way where you will always be thinking of what you've not done instead of thinking of how you can do it and what you've done. Because we tend to focus on the negative and forget the positive that have happened to us.
We look at the glass half empty instead of half full.
Half full, yes. Yes. Yeah.
For anyone who wants to reach you or your organization, Angaza Counseling, how can they reach you?
Okay, so Angaza, we have a page both on LinkedIn, Facebook, and also Instagram, and also we have a phone number which is active on WhatsApp, and we also offer virtual counseling sessions. Yeah. So maybe I'll share my phone number.
No problem. We'll leave it under the screen for anyone who wants to reach you.
Okay.
What are your last words of encouragement?
Okay, so I can say my last words of encouragement is, and this is especially to the men out there, because in my 2 or 3 years of offering counseling services, rarely do I find men. And I think if you do your research, you'll find that men are the people who are mostly affected by mental health issues. When it comes to suicide, it's men. It's okay to talk. It's okay to approach a professional. Counseling is confidential. It's between you and the counselor, and the only time that a counselor can breach the confidentiality is if your life is in danger or you've put the life of someone else in danger. So always be ready to seek help if you're feeling overwhelmed, and always be okay to talk to someone. It doesn't matter who, but be okay to talk to someone, so that we can stop the narrative of kujikaza kimwanaume or the narrative of mwanaume afai kulia. Because I've had people, even small boys, being told, we ni mwanaume wacha kulia, which is not a good thing. We are raising people. Yes, we are going to raise boys who know that as a man I shouldn't cry, I shouldn't like look vulnerable, but it's okay to be vulnerable, and it's okay to put yourself first. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Wendy.
You're welcome, and thank you so much for hosting me. Okay.
That's all we had for you today. I hope you do remember that it's okay to be vulnerable, as Wendy, founder of Angaza Counseling Center, has said. We wish you a Merry Christmas, and let's meet next week, same time, same place.